Amazing.
Thank you so much for this
So
opportunity,
excited.
guys. I am excited about tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, I think the city of Temple is as well. First off, let's get a little bit more about you, Amanda, and how you first connected with Selena's music, what inspired you to become a tribute artist.
I love when people ask me this question, but sometimes they're like, Amanda, you need to cut it short because the story is just like incredible. I think that most people think that I just woke up one day and was like, you know what, I look like Selena, I'm gonna go try this. But it was amazing. A friend of mine, going on 8 years now, contacted me. She knows that I work all the time, and at the time I was in the car business, and she was like, girl, there's gonna be a karaoke contest, you should come out. I was like, girl, I'm off, let's go. And so long story short, I'm there, and I was like, girl, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, I'll be right back. She signed me up to sing behind my back. Okay, I was there to have a good time, but dang, she signed me up for to sing Bitty Bitty Bum Bum.
Oh,
And so I hear Mama Cass, who was the lady that was hosting the event, and I'm sitting here going, holy macaroni, like we're in this bar and like it's like a loungy kind of area. We were eating our food, and then I go out there and I sing Bitty Bitty Bum Bum, and it was amazing. And that's what I love about Selena's music, is because there's no barrier, no matter where you come from, what your ethnicity is, whatever, and everybody was on their feet. Girl, I thought I was gonna break the windows, you know?
Okay.
And it was crazy because not only did it lead me into the next competition, and I ended up winning, and these videos went viral. Mind you, I was dressed as myself at the time. I was just only singing, you know, Selena's music, so people thought that I was actually paying tribute to her when I didn't even put two pennies together to even think that this was gonna be possible. And but growing up, you know, my family were all born and raised in Mexico. So for me, you know, my dad was inspired to be an entrepreneur and build a life for himself. So he brought all of us, which I was thought of last. I was the last child born. And so, you know, of course, they had a business, and unfortunately it passed away when I was 6 years old. My mom and dad passed away, but they did instill in me, you know, great music and bringing family together. We'd have barbecues. My grandma would be out there dancing and everything. It'd be competition all the time. So, you know, we grew up on Selena's music. So the first time that I had seen Selena, I was like, holy macaroni, like she looks like my mom. But again, it wasn't so much like her features, but again, her estilo, meaning like her wardrobe. Because again, you had Madonna, Janet Jackson, Paula Abdul that was wearing like the bustier, the bolero jackets, the big costume jewelry and everything. And my mom, when I seen Selena, I was like, you know, my mom and my dad were already gone by that time. And so I was like, holy macaroni, like she looks so much like her. So of course, you know, just being raised around her music, but seeing her for the first time was just incredible. So when I entered the second karaoke contest, of course, that I was forced in, right? But it was a beautiful blessing, because I feel like God planted a seed and decided to water it at the perfect time. And so I contacted my sister, who actually raised me, and she was like, I said, hey, look, I'm gonna enter this contest, but this time I wanna go all out, I wanna dress as mom. But people thought, because I was singing Selena and because of the style of the wardrobe, not knowing, after we went through boxes and boxes, because it had been years, you know, living in the Texas heat, all the clothes have been eaten up, you know, moth-eaten. Not only that, but just like the elasticity was all busted from the heat and stuff. And I was a woman by this time, you know, I was a child when my parents passed, so I dressed as my mother, and come to find out, this tribute ended up being not just a tribute to Selena, but a tribute to my mother, because Selena brought us back together. And then I just went all around. After that, it just seemed like it went viral, and I was like, what do I do with this beautiful thing? Like, I don't know what to do with this. And it's kind of like I was pushed into it in a beautiful way, and I'm so grateful. I do not boast in this, but so now not only does she bring my mother back to me, but again, I get to pass the baton to other people in newer generations to learn about Selena like I did. And it's just so beautiful.
And well received. This is the second, Emily, the second tribute event you're having in Temple. Why did you want to bring it back, and why did you want to honor Selena's legacy like this?
We wanted to honor Selena's legacy because it is such a big fandom in the Temple community, and when we held the first event back in September of last year, it was well received. There was 2,000 people that came out. It was such a great event that we contacted Miss Amanda to come back, and she was on board. So
It
we're
was
so excited.
incredible. I was shook. I had no idea what to expect. But when I went out there, like there was no open field. Like everybody is like
Dancing,
insane, amazing. Yes.
It was so beautiful.
You mentioned the fashion. I mean, she was a fashion icon. Where do
Yes.
you get all your looks now?
So the Selena style,
Yes.
of course, like, so I definitely doing this tribute, I tried to pay it with the utmost respect, and I tried to touch base on everything that she was particular about, because again, you know, she was, you know, of course, singing was her career, but fashion was her passion. So for me, it was like for me to connect and kind of give that illusion. So make sure the hair is snatched, you know, the face, the lips, the eyebrows, and then of course, you know, just remaking these. So I've worked with several different people. So like I've made this, you know, the busticata is what they call it on the movie, right? The busticata when the dad yells at her, right? And so for me, like I created this bustier, but I had someone else, and I made my boots to look just like hers. Oh, girl, I just noticed how sad look. That's just normal wear and tear. That's what we were bitty bubbling too much. But so yeah, so I work with other people or make them myself. So just to try to recreate.
It's impressive.
Can you stand and show us the outfit?
Yeah,
We have to
absolutely.
see, because we look
I
at that
mean,
beautiful. Show
yes.
us the boot, show us the boot.
Oh, okay, my boot.
There's the boot.
Yes,
Yes,
she
beautiful.
made.
Looks great. You did.
Yes.
Looks really good.
I try to replicate as best as I can, you know, to her. So I go back and look at photos of her and what her outfits look like, and I'm like, okay, I'll try to do that. I'm like the flea market version.
A powerful legacy.
Thank you, absolutely.
That she is behind it. What is it about her that means so much to each of you?
Oh gosh. So for me, I mean, it's like Latina power. I mean, she embodied so many things just for Latino culture, Latinos in general. I mean, you know, they look to her as something like, oh my God, that was impossible, and she made it possible. And that's actually one of her sayings, so I didn't mean to sound so corny and cliche, but anything is possible, right? So the impossible is always possible is what she would always say. So for her, she passed the baton on to so many people as a female in a dominated men industry in the music, the Hano music, of course, they were pushing her aside, but then she came in and was like, hello, you know? And so she broke so many barriers for us and just showed us as Latinos that we too can live the American dream just like myself. She paved the way for a Latina like me to live the American dream.
Yes, I agree. I also love that she brings all these generations together. I know for like me and my parents and my abuelita, my abuelo, like it brings all of us together, and I love that.
I saw some little ones out there too dancing with
Yes,
you.
and I know that was one of the questions, if I can jump into that one though, because it was one of my favorite moments. It is. So for me as a performer, I know most of the time people think like, oh, she's on stage, she's gonna stay there. But for me, it's touching the community. It's going out there and seeing the newer generation to let them know also to pass the baton on that you too can be and dress like Selena. Selena, that was one of her things in the movie too. You watch it all the time, so you already know it's like she wants everybody to dress like her and wear her clothes and sing to her music, right? So for me, just to, you know, kind of pass the baton on in the best way that, you know, I can for her and to carry her legacy. You know, she will always be an icon, but the kids is just so amazing because now they're gonna be inspired by someone, and you know, hopefully I'll be that person as well, not only Selena, but to do that and pass it to generation to generation.
Quick lightning round questions. For both of you, favorite song?
Mine is Que Creas.
I can't think off the top of my head.
Bitty Bitty Bum Bum.
Yes.
I say
Okay.
for
That's mine. That's definitely mine. Do you have mine?
Well, yeah.
which one is yours?
All the entire catalog.
Oh.
All the éxitos, all the hits.
Dreaming of you tonight like that, it's beautiful.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. And
Tears,
also-
you're gonna make us cry
yes.
today.
And then also your favorite outfit that you've made, and also they made, I guess, like in their catalog of outfits, like which one's your favorite? If
This
you're
one
wearing-
is
what you're
mine.
wearing,
Hands
but-
down, this one's mine.
Okay.
Is the purple. This is what she wore for the Selena Live when she won her Grammy.
Yeah.
So this was one of my favorites. I know you mentioned yours earlier.
The traditional
Jumpsuit.
Oh, that's right.
purple one,
Jumpsuit,
beautiful.
I didn't want to
glasses.
take yours,
I
but yeah,
know.
yeah, but this is my
That's
favorite. Yes.
perfect. That one.
Well, what are you most excited about for this weekend event?
Well, I'm excited to see the old faces and the new faces, you know, so for me just to gather the community together because of the love that I have for doing this, you know, like I said, I do not boast in this, but just to pass the baton on to everybody else and let's just enjoy Selena's music and just to bring happiness, you know, that's what we need more of.
There is a
She
QR
does that.
No, she does. And if you've got to go to this, there's a QR code on the screen where folks can actually get all the information. What time does the fun kick off?
6 p.m. and you're not gonna want to miss it.
Okay.
Anything you can and can't bring, like as far as lawn chairs or
Yeah,
blankets,
so-
dogs, and anything?
Everyone is welcome, and so you can bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, and we also do recommend bringing like a tarp under your blanket because the grounds might be a little moist from all the rain we just got. But other than that, you can bring your dogs, your friends, everyone.
Oh no, don't bring your dog's gonna be over there petting them.
Oh,
I'll get distracted.
Distract
The
Selena.
dogs will be paying attention to you. Everybody will be. So where can people follow your journey as a tribute artist?
You guys, you can follow me on all my social media platforms. That's on Instagram at Amanda Solis Official, on my YouTube page at Amanda Solis Music. Please like, share, and subscribe, you guys. I got all my new music on there as well as follow the following of my tribute. You can find me on my tour dates and things like that. I'm on Facebook at Amanda Solis Music as well.
Oh, well, what a light you were in our
You are.
studio today,
Yeah,
both of
she
you.
was pumped up in here, yeah.
I'm like, don't tell me we're done. I'm ready to go.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate your time. Have so much fun this weekend with all of the Selena fans and
Yes.
soon to be Selena fans.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
thank you so much, you guys.
The ultimate Selena experience taking place tomorrow evening at the Santa Fe Plaza and Temple. You can learn more about the event, the free event, by scanning the QR code on your screen. Thanks again so much to our guests, Amanda and Emily, and we will be right back.
You did great. It was so nice to
Great
meet you.
job.
And can you take a picture of us like sitting together?